So how are we going to simplify, or how are we going to answer some questions here, all right? Well, let's use our first index law. Let's look at the multiplication one. So these ones over here, they all have the same base, x to the power 5 times x cubed. So that's just going to be x to the 5 plus 3, and that's just going to give me x to the power 8. You don't have to write this out every time. I'm going to write it out just so it's really clear what's actually happening, yeah? This one over here, be a bit careful because there's a few things going on. First of all, you notice there's a q squared. And remember, this only works if they're the same base. So if they're not the same base, can't do anything with it. The other thing to note is, okay, p cubed is here. What is this p? Sometimes it's helpful to write p to the power 1 because that gives you an idea of what you're going to do with these indices. Because remember, what I actually have to do, they're the same base and I'm multiplying them, and I actually have to add the index, right? So it's going to be p to the power 3 plus 1, q squared, no one else is there. I'll leave that. So that's p to the power 4, q squared, right? Next one. Ooh, what's different about this one? We've got some negatives, right? So in this case, we can still do it. Remember, you're adding these all together. Just be careful though, because what's actually happening is, well, when you add a negative value, just like how you would with any other operation, it's just going to stay -5. You do 2 plus -5, that's just 2 minus 5. Yeah. I am adding all these together though, right? So we've got 2 minus 5 plus 6. What's that going to give me? It's going to give me m cubed, okay? If you calculate that out. And last but not least, again, this one's slightly different again. We've got our same base as a's, which is good. Now I've got some sort of numbers here, with some coefficients. And so what I want to do is I want to think about, okay, how's that going to affect it? Remember, this is just multiplication. You could, if you wanted to, write multiplication symbols here and here to sort of understand what these all mean. So essentially what I'm going to do is, because the order doesn't matter, I'm actually always going to recommend that you multiply the numbers first. It's going to make your life a little bit easier. So we've got some numbers here, the coefficients. That's 3 times 4, which is 12. Then you can apply your index law. You've got a cubed times a squared. That's a to the power 5, because I'm adding them, 3 plus 2. Okay? What about some division problems? So we know the index law for division. It just means I'm subtracting the powers. So it doesn't matter if it's written as a division symbol or fraction symbol. Same idea, right? So I've got p to the power 6 divided by p cubed. I know that's p to the power 6 minus 3. That's just p to the power 3. Same thing here. Now be careful when you've got the numbers at the front. Same thing I'm going to recommend you here. The idea is the same, that we try and focus on the coefficients first. So 20 divided by 5 is just 4. A to the power 4 divided by a squared. Well, I'm subtracting those indices there. So it's 4 minus 2. And so that's going to be 4a squared. Last but not least, remember, these are the same, like whether it's a fraction or written a division symbol. So here, just be careful though. This 7 divided by 1, it's going to stay as 7, right? Nothing's going to happen there. Q to the power 9 divided by q squared. That's going to be q to the power 9, take away 2 in those powers. And so I'm going to get left with 7q to the power 7 for that one.